Hey, it's Matt with Midwest Guns and Gear, and I've got a cool little surplus pistol that I just picked up about an hour ago. I had bought it between Christmas and New Year's. They ran a big sale on these, and of course YouTube will not let me ever say anything about, you know, how much something costs when it comes to firearms, but these were below $150 there for a little while. And you watch, I don't know, you might be able to catch. There's a lot of different places have these, but it's a Cz.50. It's a little .32 caliber, and we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to head down off the deck down to my range and going to try it out a little bit. Now it's .32 caliber, Cz, possibly a Vz.52 or Vz.50 also. In Czechoslovakia, Cz stood for civilian, and then if it was military or police, it was a Vz, but still the same pistol. These were made, they started bringing them out, or started developing them in the 40s, and in 1950, that's why this is the Cz.50, is when they started seeing them. They wanted a small .32 ACP for police and officers for the military. And this is what they got. Now, a lot of your bloc countries would just go with the Makarov or the Tokarov, the Russian designs. But if they already had their own arms program, like Poland and Czechoslovakia did, they usually went with their own, and the Czechoslovakians weren't that crazy about some of the Russian weapons. They actually had their own version of the SKS rifle, which was the Vz.52, which I have one of those on order right now to restore. So we'll be doing a video in probably a couple months on that, maybe longer. It's coming from Hunter's Lodge, so no telling how long that's going to take to get here. But this was, getting back on this, this kind of impressed me a little bit. Since picking it up. Our FFL we have listed at I don't have it at my home, so I had to go to where the shop was to actually do the paperwork for it. This came, it's a fair condition one, no box, just had paper wrapped around it in a shipping box, so you know, nothing fancy, but I really didn't need it. This was a fair condition one. By the time I saw them, the good condition ones had been sold out. So looking at this a little bit, we're going to start out with the design of the pistol. It is very, very much like the Walther PP or PPK pistols. The slide especially really resembles them when you look at it. The grip's a little different, but I think that's these Bakelite grips. They're pretty nice, but it's a blowback action. Slide will lock back. Your magazine release is over here once the mag is released. You can drop the slide down. It has a interesting safety on it. So you have your safety. If you pull it down, it's on safe and it locks the trigger. You pull it down a little farther and it's a decocker as well. And then you push it back up and you can go into double action on it. It's backwards compared to the 1911s and a lot of your firearms, but I mean, if this is something you carry a lot, it's probably not one that's going to be that hard to get used to. If you look at the side of the slide, it'll say VZOL Cal 50. And so when it first came in, one of my guys at the shop kept telling me it was a 50 caliber, but a .32 caliber. Now VZOL, that is model number. Well, actually, it's model or series. I looked it up in Czechoslovakian. So basically, it's a model 50. And then Cal, if you look right past it, it says 76. I believe it's 763 Browning. That's the European designation for .32 ACP. And it's in a little circle, but yeah, a little confusing. He was going ahead and writing up the paperwork for me and had to stop to question it to make sure he was getting the right paperwork. For breaking it down, you have a release over here that'll let you break it down for cleaning. It has a crest over on one of the sides, right here. Has a little lion crest, which is the proof mark, and then it has 68. They put the year that these were manufactured. Magazine release. Comes with one magazine. It's an 8-round magazine, but I was able to put 9 in here comfortably. So 8 or 9 plus 1, so you get 10 rounds. It's a nice little compact pistol to carry. It's nice and compact. I will say that for it. Just walking around with it while I was letting these noisy birds out this morning as they decided to come join me while I'm filming. The one thing I really like about this, I have larger hands, so when I get a PPK or some smaller pistols, my hands are not comfortable on it. These Bakelite grips are pretty thick. It's still compact, but it gives you enough that you get a really good grip on there, and it's really comfortable. Now we'll see once I'm shooting it if that makes a difference. But that's a little look at the Vz.50. I've had a couple CZ pistols, and I've been very impressed with them so far, so hopefully this is going to continue. I'm impressed with this right now. Once I shoot it, we'll see if I'm still impressed with it. Now, another thing to consider about these, this is a surplus pistol. These are on the market. They're super cheap right now. There's several really cheap surplus pistols on the market right now. There's some Stars out there. There's a lot of CZs, some Makarovs, Bulgarian Makarovs. I'm trying to think what all else. There's quite a few, and you know, if you collect guns, when they come in and they're still cheap like this one, these are still pretty cheap. There's some Berettas out there really cheap too. They come in, these companies will find them in a warehouse, and they'll get tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of them. I don't know how many they get. And when they bring them in, they're super cheap. Once that supply dries up, then everybody gets the FOMO and wish they had one, and the price will start going up. So these, which, like I said, I picked this up under $150. Give it about 5 years when these have dried up on the market. It wouldn't surprise me to see these hitting, you know, $400, $500, $600 at that point. And that's how a lot. I mean, SKSs. When I bought my first set of SKSs, I bought a case of them for $60 a piece of Norinco ones. And, you know, now they're quite a bit more. I mean, if you look, you might be able to catch them for $300 to $400, but, you know, jump on them if you get a chance, if you got the money to do it, because it's always a good investment. That's what I tell my wife. That's why I have so many guns, because it's an investment. So, anyway, I've rambled on enough. We're going to head on down to the range, and we're going to see how this does, so come join me. All right, I made it down to the range. I've got the Vz.50 here, and 8-round mag, 9 fit in comfortably, but mag will not go into battery, and it will not chamber, so it is definitely going to be an 8-round plus 1 of the chamber. Let's see how this goes. So, see if it'll rack one, and it did. It's not into battery. Oh, that's why. All right, well, it wasn't a battery. You can kind of see the shell a little bit in there, so I thought maybe it might not have gone into battery. So not the most accurate thing in the world so far. I don't know if it's me or the gun, but you know, this is a smaller gun made more for very close personal combat, not for long distances. But not bad shooter. I do like the feel of it. It's Matt with Midwest Guns and Gear. If you enjoy these videos, please consider giving us a thumbs up or subscribing to the channel. It's much appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Until next time, have a great day.